everyone, it's Jennifer Hoffman of enlighteninglife.com, and in this little video I want to talk to you about Ascension. And we're also going to talk about its opposite or its complement, which is descension. There are two parts to that process. So I've always described us as energy containers. This is a little glass and it's empty. And this is going to be a bit messy, so I'm going to put this little bowl here, a little bowl to catch the water, because I'm going to use water, because water actually describes this energy process of energy movement and expansion very well. So we start out with a little bit of energy in our energy container as we get these downloads, and we take in what we can. So we start with a little bit of energy. We think, oh, that feels really good. I think I want more. So we can bring in more energy and more energy and more energy till our energy container is completely full. Well, there's more energy. So what happens is we take in, I'm trying to not make a mess here, we take in as much energy as we can. The energy keeps on flowing. We're holding all we can, and we're feeling great, and we're thinking, I'm going to spread this energy around. So we bring in more energy, and the energy, I'm trying to do this so I can show you, the energy starts going everywhere. So now we have this overflowing energy container, and the energy goes out in the world. Well, it shines light and it brings higher frequencies and vibrations into a world that may not quite be ready for it. And it starts revealing things that are best left in the dark. And this is what we're seeing in the world today. And if you remember a few days ago, I posted that I had an encounter with someone who was completely closed-minded, which was a little strange for me because I normally don't have people like that in my life. And I had met this person at an event that I went to. And as we were talking, I realized that I was talking about things and I was talking about everyday things, but she had very narrow opinions about things, and I was an opportunity for her to consider other options, which she was not open to at all. So what's happening in the world is we're experiencing descension, where our overflowing energy containers are spreading all this energy out into a world that may be ready for it and maybe not. And descension is a normal part of this process. So this is why when people talk about receiving energy and raising your frequency and raising your vibrations, that's all well and good. They forget about the second part, which is spreading that energy around, about getting other people to experience that energy, which happens by itself. It's like if I'm in a dark room and I light a light, everyone in the room can see that light. It's not just me who sees the light. So now it's light in the room for everyone. They may not want to see the light, they may not be ready for the light, but the light's still on. And they have an option to leave the room or go and turn the light off. So what's happening in the world today, and this is especially now, this is such a volatile time, is because enough people have ascended. So enough, which is not about, raising up and going up into heaven. This is about filling your energy container with so much energy and being that bright, shiny light that it just spills over into the rest of the world. And now you have a lot of energy, a higher frequency energy, new energy that's available. So what happens after you descend? Well, you ascend, and not only that, but you ascend into a bigger energy container. So once your energy container gets full, it expands your energy field. So you get a bigger energy container. And now you have this much more energy. Yeah, I know I'm really busy here with all these little props. Now you have this much more energy. So you bring in more energy. There's more downloads that come in. And you continue to fill that energy container till it gets completely full to the top. And then that's ascension, and then you have descension, where that energy keeps on coming in and you start spreading the energy to the rest of the world. Again, a world that may be ready for this and it may not. And what we're seeing in the world is this example of descension, where all the energy that we've brought in is now, it's more than we can contain, so it's now being shared with the world, only because the world's getting to be a much lighter place. And what we're seeing, because receiving more energy, the process of ascension, also expands our energy field. It expands our awareness. So suddenly we become more aware of things that are going on in the world and things that are happening around us and what people are doing and what we want. Now, part of Ascension is wanting a world that resonates with a higher frequency. So now we want a world that resonates at the level of peace, joy, love, and understanding, and compassion, and a level playing field. And we don't want war, and we want, you know, everyone to get along and everyone to be happy. Well, if that is in conflict with what's going on in the world, now we have this bright light, this new awareness, suddenly becoming very aware of everything that's not aligned with the energy we have in our energy container. And now it's getting doused with energy too, which is not good for it, because some of these things need to live in the invisible world, because if everybody saw them, they would be really upset. So we have a big battle going on, and don't underestimate the importance of this. This is literally the battle between the light and the dark, where we are bringing in this new energy, we're bringing in this light into the world, and we are descending it into the world. And the world is responding the way it does. It either is very, very happy with it, or it's not very happy with it at all. And you know, I use the term shine on, and it's hard sometimes to shine on when scary times are in front of us, and we are literally at this very critical juncture. We're at a tipping point, and we're at a turning point, and it's the combined focus of our energy containers, our light, our willingness to bring in higher frequencies, to bring in new vibrations. All of that together allows descension to happen. Now, how people respond to descension is up to them, but the more we shine our light, the more light we bring into the world, the more high-level energy we bring into the world, and the world has then a choice that becomes ever smaller. So think about being in a really dark room and lighting a small light, and then a bigger light, and then a bigger light, and then a bigger light. Eventually, the room's not dark anymore. Whether or not the people around us want to embrace the light, it doesn't matter, the light is there. And one of the examples I can use is, and it's one of my favorite things to do, if you go to candlelit service, like at Christmas time, when they darken the lights in the church, it's really dark, and then they bring in a candle, and then everyone in the church is holding a candle. Well, at first, it's really dark in the church because there aren't very many candles lit. And then as the candles are lit, and every person lights their candle from the person who has the light, and then as they do that, gradually everybody's candle is lit, and it doesn't even matter that the lights are off in the church, because it's so light with the light of all those candles that the church is bright and lit and well lit. And this is what we're doing to the world. So as we fill our energy containers with ever more and larger amounts of energy, so we've ascended. So what do we do next? Well, we have to descend. So that energy gets spread out into the world that's really ready for it. It's just not everyone in the world is ready for it, because if you know, when you light a light, you see a lot of things that are probably better off kept in the dark. And that's what's happening now, and that's why this is such a volatile time. It's such an important time, and we are the critical pieces of this puzzle. We are the light beacons. We are the ones who need to shine those lights and keep them lit very, very brightly for ourselves. So see yourself as an energy container. Set your intention for the highest possible frequencies to come in through you, and then be prepared for descension, where when your energy container gets full, that light automatically expands to the rest of the world. And eventually we will have the world that we want to live in. And we are on the cusp of that now. This is truly the battle that we're fighting, is so much light has penetrated the planet, and it's lighting up so much darkness that the darkness has no choice really but to become enlightened. I hope this is helpful. We are living in critical times. Shine on, as I always say. Even if it's hard right now, just focus on what you want in your life and the kind of world you want to live in, and don't worry about anything else at the moment. That's the best that we can do, and just pray. Prayer is really helpful. And praying isn't, oh, please God, help and save us. Prayer is, I set my energetic intention to be able to create this wonderful world that I want to live in, and I give my energetic consent to those things that I want to see in the world. This is Jennifer Hoffman of EnlighteningLife.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.